Hello, this is Eric Chappell, Community Evangelist for InfraWorks 360. You can see in the drawing here that the detailed design is pretty far along. Maybe it's not complete, but we've got road corridors and we've got intersections and a couple of things that InfraWorks 360 can't do yet, like ditches and cul-de-sacs. So how difficult is it to show this detailed design in the context of InfraWorks 360? Well, let's switch over and find out. All you have to do is bring up the data sources command, and just to review where that is, that's under this cube icon under data sources. I've already got the panel open here. I just click the drop down and pick Autodesk AutoCAD Civil 3D DWG. Select the file that I want to import from, or connect to is the proper way to say it. And after a few seconds of scanning that DWG file to determine what's in it, I get a selection of different data items that are included in that file. And they range from some road objects, a bunch of surfaces, there happen to be a lot of surfaces in this drawing, and then some corridor coverages. I'm going to start by excluding everything, and then for this example I'm going to use a corridor surface and my corridor coverages. I'm not interested in any of these other surfaces right now. And I'm not interested right now in bringing my roads in as InfraWorks 360 roads. I want to bring in a surface and drape some coverages over it. So let's see how that comes in. I'll click OK, click refresh, and what we'll see is that detailed surface generated from the corridor, which has these coverages draped over it. And you'll see as I move my cursor around and highlight the different coverages that there's quite a few of them. And actually what's happened is that these coverages were created automatically using the codes built into the Civil 3D corridor. So how does that work? How does InfraWorks 360 know to map a coverage style to a link code in Civil 3D? Well, the key is style rules. So let me switch over to style rules and show you how that works. When I go to Style Rules and click on the Coverage Areas tab, you'll see a whole list of rules here, and some of these expressions should look familiar with the names of various link codes that you probably have come across in Civil 3D. So what the Style rule does is it maps a style, a material style or a coverage style, to one of these codes. So if we look here at Pave, for example, we've got a style assigned, if I double click that, of this black asphalt. Now actually as I look at this style, I'm not real crazy about it. It's kind of tiled, it's not very realistic. I have a better style available that I'd like to use. No problem, I just double click. I can remove the style that's being used now and add my own. And that happens to be located under Material, Terrain, Asphalt. This is a multi-scale texture style that I created. And if you go to the Infra Tips section of our community, you'll actually find the instructions on how to create this. I'll click OK, click OK again, and then I have to run the rules on whatever's been used in my model, and here we can see the more realistic asphalt texture that actually changes as I zoom in and out. So when you zoom in real close to it, it becomes quite detailed, and that's why I built that style the way I did. Alright, so that's how you can leverage style rules to get the appearance you want when you bring your data in from Civil 3D to InfraWorks 360. So what if I want to do a storyboard, an animation of driving down this more realistic version or this more accurate version of my design? How can I do that? Well, the answer is that I can make use of, if you remember when we looked at those lists of items, at the very top was this thing called roads. Let's try that out. I've got a proposal here called drive, and that'll give you a little hint where we're going here. And this is just empty as far as the roads are concerned. And I'll run that command and go out and grab that road. Now what happens is it brings in the geometry of the road, the alignment and profile combination, but it doesn't by default assign a style to that road. I'll exclude all and just bring in the roads and refresh. Now if we want, we can assign a style to this. Like I said, it's just kind of the backbone, but if it makes you feel better, we can go to the configure option and we'll just assign a style to this. I'll use something kind of similar to what we've been using, and now it's going to look a lot more like a road. But that's not really what we're interested in. What we're interested in is the horizontal and vertical geometry of the center line, because we want to use that to do our storyboard. So I'll go to the presentation icon and I'll click Storyboard Creator, and I'll add a new storyboard, and then I'll add a camera path animation from a design road, and I'll select the design road that I just imported. Remember that this design road follows the alignment and profile that I've designed in Civil 3D. Now the section of the road isn't an identical match to Civil 3D, but the alignment and profile here is. So now that I've got my storyboard defined, all I have to do is switch back to that other proposal, which we've called Detailed Design. And now we've got our nice detailed road, and we can run the same storyboard. And now we're running it with that nice detailed pavement where you can almost see every stone in the pavement. So it gives us a nice visual appearance for our animation, and we're able to utilize that geometry that came from Civil 3D to accomplish it. So there you have it. I've taken my detailed design out of Civil 3D and leveraged the context and visualization capabilities of InfraWorks 360 to communicate the current state of the project, its detailed state, in a way that's meaningful and easy to understand. This is a great example of Civil 3D and InfraWorks 360 working together. See you in the next video.